I thank the gentleman from Colorado for his leadership and the manager of our friends on the other side of the aisle. The United States military, each and every soldier, each and every member of every single branch take an oath when they leave their loved ones and accept the responsibility of dying for this country. And if you have been able to fight on a battlefield and become a veteran, you still have taken that oath and you were willing to die for this country. With the enormous cuts that are facing our soldiers, our families, in this military construction legislation, let me make it plain for my colleagues. They will deny those who take an oath active duty, their families, job opportunities. They will deny them housing. Has anyone been to bases and seen some of the military housing that needs absolute either rebuild or rehab? Have you understood the importance of food assistance, particularly to veterans, families depending upon that? Do they know how important it is for their soldiers to feed their families, to keep roofs over their heads? Do they know how important it is to provide education and training opportunities for those who leave the United States military? Let me remind you of the importance of their oath. And then let me remind you of the hard-earned work that this Congress did with President Biden to provide the PACT Act. And the proposed cuts would have drastic consequences for the PACT Act, and that is the bill that recognizes the toxicity that our brave men and women were in while they were fighting battles, and that exposures fund could lead to slashing the medical care resources in the fund by 86% and fully abandoning the toxic exposures fund next year. Are we defaulting on our commitment to those who took the oath to die for this nation? I think that is worthy of shame. And cities will be vulnerable when their veterans do not have the resources that are necessary for them to have. And I have
an additional 30 seconds.
I thank the gentleman.
30 seconds.
Can you imagine the burden on local cities? Our veterans are homeless. Our veterans are suffering many times from PTSD, and if we do not have the kind of support services for them that this legislation provides, where are we in terms of the kind of housing and other assistance that they may need? So I just simply ask my friends on the other side of the aisle, we stand here on the floor. I'm fighting for the cities and the states that receive these dollars ultimately, because that's where the people are. And I do want to oppose the bills that are endangering our endangered species, S.J. Res. 9 and H.R. 4366. I oppose endangering our endangered species. I yield back.